the second leg of this 10-game road trip for the Phillies comes to a close here in Washington, D.C. A bright, sunshiny afternoon. The Phils and the Nationals get set for the final game of this 3-game series. And so far, so good for the Phils as far as this road trip goes. They're 3-3, and obviously they're looking for their 4th victory here this afternoon. They've out-hit the opposition. They've hit more home runs. And, oh, yeah, the pitchers' ERA, the starters, 2.41. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Matt Stairs. It has been a good run for the Phillies, considering where they were at the end of April and where they are right now in the month of May. They're playing much better baseball. They're playing solid defense, and they're certainly getting good starting pitching and solid offense.
Well, they are. The offense is clicking. Doesn't matter who you put out there right now, if you're the backup second baseman or backup outfielder. And yesterday in the third inning, biggest hit of the game right here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Maikel Franco hits the ball to right center for a huge home run, a 2-run home run. You know, and that's one of the things he's doing right now. Ryan Howard in the 5th inning, no balls, 1 strike. Cuts down the swing, hits a deep fly ball to center field for a home run. But what I like about these guys, the pass to the baseballs are very good. And you can see the numbers over the last 11 games. 30 doubles and 40 extra base hits really jumps out to me, knowing that they're staying consistent throughout the 11 games. And it doesn't matter, like I said, who you put in there. Hernandez, Blanco, they're all coming up there, they're swinging, and they're getting extra base hits.
Well, the hope is it continues here this afternoon and throughout the remainder of May and even for the rest of the season. Well, today the Phillies will turn to Aaron Harang. He's pitched so well for the Phils here in 2015, and over the last couple of years, he's pitched very well against the Nationals.
Well, he has, and his last outing in Colorado, he didn't have a very good cutter. He said it was breaking about 2 feet. He couldn't believe it. So he was going to a slurve, which is a curveball half slider, and he's using a lot of 2-seamers. A lot of hitters in Colorado were smothering the fastball, hitting over top, getting ground balls. But the biggest thing for him is after the first inning, he gave up 3 unearned runs. He settled down and did extremely well.
Well, you look at the numbers over his last 2 starts, 14 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts during those 2 games. And he's only allowed 8 base hits. And again, he is doing it with smarts, and he's doing it trying to outthink the hitter, and we'll see if he does that this afternoon. It's the final game of this 3-game series. Aaron Harang will be opposed by Gio Gonzalez. Look at his earned run average, 4.94. It's been a while since he last picked up a decision for the Washington Nationals. Well, so far in this series, we've seen a lot of different things. Great pitching from Scherzer, some antics in the stands, Phillies offense going all over the place with their hitting. The series finale, Memorial Day weekend, is coming up next. Yesterday's ball game just a little bit warmer, and the Phillies hope it's a carbon copy today offensively. as they face Gio Gonzalez and the Washington Nationals. Let's take a look at the Phillies starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. It'll be Revere Galvis and Darren Ruff playing first base. Michael Franco, the third baseman, bats cleanup. Jeff Francoeur hits fifth, followed by Cesar Hernandez, the second baseman. Odubel Herrera's in center. He'll bat seventh. Cameron Rupp eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is Aaron Harang. Well, the Phillies certainly are used to facing Gio Gonzalez. They have seen him so many times already in his Nationals career. And with that, Murph, a lot of the guys have some pretty good numbers against Gio Gonzalez.
They absolutely do, Tom. And when you look down at some of the guys that are in the lineup today, Ryne Sandberg certainly looking at those numbers and saying he's going to give these guys a chance to play. Gio Gonzalez has not been very good in his last two starts, just 5 innings apiece. Take a look at some of the numbers for the guys. Jeff Francoeur gets a start today. He's got batting .353 lifetime against Gonzalez. So is Freddie Galvis, the exact same numbers. Got 2 doubles and a home run. How about Ben Revere, 9 for 22. Batting .409 and a triple. And there you see Darren Ruff with the power numbers, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs in his stint against Gio Gonzalez today. So Ryne Sandberg tapping these guys. Both Chase Utley and Ryan Howard get the day off today. Neither of them have fared very well against Gio Gonzalez in their career. So this is the lineup Ryne Sandberg thinks can score some runs this afternoon.
And with this series, the Phillies are looking to win this series this weekend. They split the games with the Colorado Rockies on this road trip. Taking a look at Gonzalez's numbers: 9th start, 3-2, an ERA of 4.94. A former first-round draft pick by the Chicago White Sox. And the scouting report, Matt, I mean, we've seen him so many times. We know about that curveball and how important it is for him.
Well, it's very important, but this year's curveball, the league's hitting .286 versus it this year, so it's off a little bit. He's hanging, leaving it up in the zone. The changeup, .245, and his fastball, the league is hitting .324 versus him.
Well, Ben Revere's ready to lead things off. Revere is 3 for 8 in this series. He scored 3 runs in yesterday's game. Overall, his average up to .262. No home runs, 13 RBIs. And the first pitch of the day is in there, so we're underway. See those numbers that Murph talked about, 9 for 22 with a triple and 2 RBIs against Gonzalez. He hits that one toward the hole and into right field, a base hit. So Revere is aboard to start the ball game.
Good way to start a ball game. Early knock on the second pitch.
Yeah, the Phillies haven't been running as much in this series. Ramos is very good behind the plate, but today it's Jose Lobaton. And let's see if they challenge him at all this afternoon.
Well, Tom, that time of day for the Nissan keys to the game. First one, make Gio find the strike zone. All right, he has 18 walks this year, which is leading the team. And number 2, rough him up. Like Murph said, Darren Ruff has good numbers, 2 home runs. So I'd like to see him connect on 2 more home runs today.
It would be nice to see Ruff connect. It would be nice to see Jeff Francoeur connect as Galvis fouls the first pitch back, and Revere was off and running on that one. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Freddie Galvis hitting .311 with a home run and 11 runs batted in. Second among shortstops in the National League in hitting. On the outside corner, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. This has not been a particularly good road trip for Freddie. Offensively, he's found himself behind in the count quite often. But he's up there in his natural side, the right side, against Gio Gonzalez. Outside and low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Christina Carr of Bridgeton, New Jersey. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, then Christina will win $100. Revere not an oversized lead off first. And Galvis is struck out. There's that 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Gio Gonzalez. He can get up there a little higher than that.
He can get up to about 94, but the thing right now is, if you see how Galvis is starting, he's just a hair late, and that's why he's kind of hitting on his tippy toes. He's reaching for it. Earlier when he was going really well, he was getting his foot down early and recognizing that fastball. Right now he's having a hard time hitting that fastball away or the changeup away because he can't get the barrel to the ball.
Yeah, Ryan Sandberg said that yesterday before the ball game. He said he's just a hair off at home plate. Darren Ruff will take low. It's 1-0.
You can just tell. Watch how all of a sudden it's just reaching. It's an awkward swing. There's nothing in sync right now, and it's from the left side and the right side. And it happens throughout the year. It's just a matter of how he's going to bounce back of going through this little mini slump he's in right now.
1 ball, no strikes, and a throw over to first base. Revere read it beautifully. Oh, that was a balk. Didn't that look like a balk?
That's the slide step pickoff.
Wow. I mean, it looked like his foot was going toward the plate.
No, he's good.
Yeah, he is good.
He has that 45-degree angle.
First base umpire is Bruce Dreckman. Ben May is behind the plate. First time we've seen him behind the plate.
Now this is where they say go first move right here. You never throw over 4 times in a row.
On the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kind of quick pitched him there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I was kind of hoping he'd pick over that. Say that's why I never stole bases.
Ben has stolen 9 bases. He's been caught 3 times. The Phillies as a team are 7th in the National League in stealing bags. Rupp takes on at the knees, and it's 1-2. It kind of looked like the first pitch that he took for ball 1. Must have been a little higher. And Gonzalez had no thought of, well, he did have a thought of coming to the plate, but he was trying to delay it as much as possible to keep Revere as close to the bag as possible. That one's hit towards short. That might be 2. There's 1 and 2. Turned out to be an easy double play. Ruff hit it right on the nose and right at Desmond. 6-4-3, no runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's the Phillies nothing and the Nationals coming up. For today, it's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. It'll be Span, Desmond, and Escobar, followed by Bryce Harper, Ryan Zimmerman, and Clint Robinson. Jose Lobaton is really the only regular that's in the non-regular that's in the lineup today. Denny Espinosa's at second base, batting 8th, and batting 9th at pitching is Gio Gonzalez. They'll face Aaron Harang, off to a fantastic start 4-3 with an ERA of 1.82. You know, the strikeouts are up, I think, this year for Aaron Harang. 44 and 59 in the third. It's kind of like the old Aaron Harang.
Well, it is, and he hides the baseball very well. The scouting report, average velocity 89.1 miles an hour in his fastball. He'll use all 5 pitches, but the leg is only hitting 167 versus his changeup, and his changeup has been very good this year.
Oh, he's 6th in Major League Baseball overall in earned run average, 5th in the National League. And he'll face Denard Span to start things off. Span takes outside. Span is 0 for 8 in the series. His average, though, still at .309 with 3 home runs and 13 runs batted in. In the air to right center field. That's pretty well hit. Going back on it is Francoeur. So is Herrera, and it's off the wall. Herrera plays it well, and Span gets to second base. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Well, the Nationals are kind of picking up from yesterday. They were very aggressive early in the count. It's 2-seam fastball, just trying to throw a strike to get back even. Very good swing by Span and drives it off the wall. Nice play by Herrera, knowing to play it off the wall and keep him to a double.
Well, that'll bring Ian Desmond to the plate. Desmond is 2 for 7 in the series, overall hitting .246. He's hit in 8 consecutive ball games. Outside, 1-0. Harang was a little all over the place in the first couple of innings the other day, but really did settle in after allowing the 3 unearned runs to the Rockies. That one's back toward the middle. Span goes back to the bag, and Galvis throws out Desmond. And there's one away. It's kind of odd that he didn't go over to third on that. Today's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box.
Well, the only thing I can think about on that play is I thought maybe that the pitcher was going to catch it. He has a good secondary lead. The ball's hit to his left. Automatically he should be gone, but it kind of looked like he thought maybe Harang, I don't know if he's going to barehand it or not, or knock it down. I still think if he hesitated just a hair, he could have got to third base.
I think you're right, though. I think he thought that Harang may have fielded that because that initial half step back. Here's Yunel Escobar, 8th in the league in hitting at .322. He'll take upstairs, 1-0. Everybody in this lineup has faced Aaron Harang before. The guy on deck has the most success against him. And that's Bryce Harper. At a play, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Off the hands, out towards shallow right field. Francoeur on the run, and it's a foul ball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I was actually excited to see what would have happened if Francoeur caught that ball and what Span would have done. I think Span would have tried to go to third, although it was getting shallower and shallower. Yeah. But I would have loved to have seen the challenge to see if Span would have done it and see if Francoeur could have thrown him out.
Pretty good chance Francoeur would have thrown him out. Frenchie's been pretty good this year with his throws.
Over toward third. Franco's got it. Looks Span back to the bag, and there are 2 outs. Well, a couple good pitches by Harang to get these 2 ground ball outs. But now he's got the dangerous Bryce Harper to deal with.
Well, and we talked about it in the open how a lot of guys smother it. Well, this is a 2-seam fastball where you're just getting on top of it. And what I mean by smothering it is that you're not staying inside the ball. The barrel's not going through the zone properly. It's a late movement where your barrel clips the top of the ball, and that's why you get those lot of big choppers and easy ground balls.
Well, 2 away. Here's Harper. Harper 9 of 20 against Harang, hitting .450. Harper was a very frustrated fellow yesterday. Cole Hamels had the Nationals frustrated across the board, but he was 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts in yesterday's game. Late on that 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-1.
It's a good pitch, good miss right there. That was a 4-seam or 2-seam fastball inside. Now we can start it a little farther inside and just throw the cutter instead. You get some kindle, some firewood.
I don't know if anybody needs any firewood today, Matt.
No.
Maybe in Denver. Just a bit outside. It's 3-1. Current conditions today very different than Denver. About a 40-degree difference than what we saw earlier this week. Boy, it is gorgeous. 76 degrees, a very light breeze. And a line drive off Harang, picked up by Franco, thrown to first base, not in time. And is the big man okay? It looks like he's fine. That'll be a base hit for Bryce Harper. And nobody's coming out of the dugout. Sean McCasney went to the stairway. He looked like he was all right. I don't know where it hit him, if it hit him in the glove or not.
Well, this is an absolute missile. Hits him off the right thigh.
Yeah, it sure did.
Right there, and he rubs it real quick and shoos everyone away, and he's ready to go.
Not much bothers Aaron Harang. Even a line drive off the bat of Bryce Harper. Ryan Zimmerman, who's tied for 6th in the league in RBIs with 31. Phillies play the infield back all the way around except for Ruff with 2 men down. There's Span over at third, Harper at first.
Harang's velocity has gone up the last couple of games. In Colorado, he topped out at 93 miles an hour. He's thrown about 3 or 4 pitches today at 92. And it's not a 92 straight fastball. It's a 92 with a late movement sinker.
Yeah, there's something with a lot of his pitches this year where there's been movement every which way. Let's see what Rupp wants to throw to Zimmerman here. Harang is on the same page. And the 0-2 pitch coming to the right-hander. Checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. It's strike 3, and the inning is over. Zimmerman is not too pleased about it. From up here, it looked like he went to the brink, and I thought maybe he brought it back, but the home plate umpire, not needing any help, says that he went around. It's a heck of a pitch from Harang. Watch him go. Did he go all the way around? This will be the definitive look right here. Inning is over, whether you think so or not. by Independence Blue Cross and Citizens Bank, and all kids 14 and under receive that bucket hat right there when they come to the yard. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. Maikel Franco leads it off against Gio Gonzalez. Franco hitting .286, couple home runs, 7 runs batted in. Phillies, one of their hottest hitters, is off today, and that's Ryan Howard. Ryan Sandberg's kind of keeping with the same pattern of days off for Howard and Utley. And as Murph alluded to before, neither one of those guys really hit Gio Gonzalez all that well. But Ryan will be utilized as a bat off the bench. Inside corner, 3-1 to Franco.
I would say it's a pretty good weapon if you need to use somebody off the bench late in the game.
Yeah, when Gio's not in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, 0 for 11 with 6 strikeouts against Gonzalez. That one is hit foul down the right field line by Franco. Nice catch by that fan.
Oh, he stole it from the dude in the blue.
He sure did, one-handed. That one's pulled towards shortstop. Desmond is up with it. And Franco's retired. One out here in the second. And here's Jeff Francoeur, who has not played in this series. Is 3 for 9 on the road trip. That one's back toward the middle. A base hit for Francoeur. Second hit against Gio Gonzalez. On Monday morning, Rob Ellis, Julian Mealy, Barrett Brooks, and Sarah Baker will be waking you up with an encore of the Best of Bob, including guests Chase Utley, Connor Barwin, and SNL's Jay Farrell. Watch the Best of Breakfast on Broad, presented by Virtua Joint Replacement Institute, Monday mornings from 6 until 8, over on the Comcast Network and streaming live on breakfastonbroad.com. Here's Cesar Hernandez with 1 out and a runner at first. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Cesar, of course, had that ball yesterday that he hit it to the alley and missed first base. He wound up standing on third base, but we showed the replay and they appealed, and he did indeed miss first base. There was no argument. He knew it as soon as he went to third, and I think when he went into the dugout, what his teammates were telling him is that you had plenty of time to just go back and stay at first base and retouch it. So a lesson learned.
Well, I like what Pete said to him. He came over and he clapped his hands and said, "Cesar, nice job of getting to third base." And he turns to Pete and he goes, "Oh no, Pete, I missed first base."
He knew it immediately. Well, you could tell by his reaction that he knew he missed it. Why he didn't go back and touch first base, well, that's a mystery. That one's hit towards short, and we may have another double play. And we do. So Gio Gonzalez gets 2 6-4-3 double plays to wrap up the first 2 innings today for the Phils. So he's allowed 2 hits, but he's faced the minimum. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Phillies and the Nationals scoreless. Rockies. It's a 3-game set. And on Friday night, a free Fanatic children's book to fans 14 and under. Tickets can be purchased for all 3 games against the Rockies by going to Phillies.com. Hope everybody's enjoying their Memorial Day weekend. And also remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country's freedom. It's been very busy down here in Washington, D.C., as everybody could imagine. 1 ball and no strikes to Clinton Robinson. Phillies will leave D.C. after this game and head to New York to take on the Mets tomorrow afternoon. Robinson lifts that one to left center field, playable for Herrera. And he makes the catch. Herrera was able to track that the entire way. Actually carried pretty good out to the warning track. Here's Jose Lobato. Switch hitting catcher, hitting .233. Another one out to left field. This time it's been Revere who stands his ground, makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. 2 quick outs for Aaron Harang, who uses a mixed bag of pitches to get the job done. As we take a look at our T-Mobile Game Changer, we talk about the fastball for Aaron Harang. The opposition hitting just 200 against his fastball. And Matt, I guess it's what you were talking about. It's a 2-seamer at times, a 4-seamer, but it's always moving. It
is. He very rare. Even his 4-seam fastball will have a little sink to it at times, and he'll pull it a little bit and get some late movement with cut. But you just think you're going to square it up, and in the last second it'll sink away from the barrel and hit off the end of the bat. And that's why he gets a lot of weak ground balls, or smothered ground balls, I call them.
Eddie Espinosa shows bunt and takes the bat back. It's 0-1, or it's 1-0. Espinosa trying to bunt his way on for the pitcher, Gio Gonzalez. He bunts again toward the right side. Harang is going to try to get to it, but cannot, and Espinosa's aboard. So a bunt single and a runner at first and 2 men down. Darren Ruff was playing back behind the bag. I guess he, like a lot of us, didn't think that Espinosa would try to bunt.
Well, it's not a bad idea for him to roll the lineup over, but the bottom line is that Espinosa has pretty good power.
Right.
So you'd like to see him try to hit a ball in the ballpark or
extra base hit.
Extra base hit.
Yeah, I agree.
Now it's great that his average is going up because of the bunt. And it's great that he rolled over the lineup now. But the negative thing is you got the pitcher hitting.
Who in years past has been a pretty good hitting pitcher, but this year he's 0 for 10. And he fouls it away. It's 0-1.
Now, if you're going to, the other rule of thumb is it's 2-0 bunt, you better be able to steal second base.
No balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. Fly ball. Right side. And Cesar Hernandez, shading his eyes from the sun, makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left for the Nationals. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. Odubel Herrera will start things off. .com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Matt, here's the question. What player got the first hit in Nationals history off Phillies pitcher John Lieber? What player got the first hit in Nationals history off John Lieber when John was pitching for the Phillies back in 2005?
We had this question last year.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Do you remember the answer?
I think I had it wrong last year, too.
Well, see, sometimes Sang tries to test you.
Zimmerman had the first
see if
walk-off
you're paying
home run
attention.
opening day, right?
In this ballpark, Zimmerman had the first walk.
Plus the first hit was over there.
Could have been at RFK. Could have been at Citizens Bank Park. Just the first hit in Nationals history. Here's Odubel Herrera.
What year do you think? Sorry, Tom. I just interrupted you. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I would say it's 05.
05?
Yeah. I think they got a hit in their first season. They didn't get many. And Frank Robinson was mad a lot. Herrera is 2 for 7 in the series with a double and a run scored. 1 ball and 1 strike. It'll be Herrera, Cameron Rupp, and Aaron Harang. Gio Gonzalez lifetime has 83 wins, 60 losses. He has 6 of those wins against the Phillies. Signed through the 2016 season. And a strike 3 called. Second strikeout for Gio Gonzalez. Cameron Rupp is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, thanks a lot, Tom. Well, when you talk about the series between the Nats and the Phillies, it's been kind of a mixed bag, especially of late. If you go to most recent history, the Phillies have kind of gotten the best of the Washington Nationals. They are 9-6 in those games, and they've won 3 of the last 4 series and trying to win this one here today. But here at National Park, just 12-22 all time, and just 2-7-1 in their last 10 series here at National Park. So with a win today, the Phillies can help buck that trend, and that would certainly be a good thing, guys.
Oh, it'd be a good thing. It would continue to put a stamp on what has been a much better May than April for the Phillies, and it would put them a game over 500 on this road trip. 0-1 pitch to Cameron Rupp on the inside corner. 0-2. Phillies won the season series against the Nationals last year, despite the fact that Washington won the National League East. 1-2 to Rupp.
I think it's safe to say that home plate umpire Ben May has that right hand going today, calling strikes, which is not a bad thing.
Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Gio Gonzalez. There's that curveball that we talked about, which has been less effective this year. There is Ben May, the young home plate umpire.
Yeah, Gio throws his curveball, and when he throws it, it's usually with 2 strikes. He loves his changeup, but it's a good late breaking curveball when it's down in the zone. Darren Ruff hit a 6-4-3 double play on a 2-strike curveball. So hopefully the guys will watch this and make the adjustment second time through.
2 balls and no strikes.
Because Gio Gonzalez is a ground ball pitcher. He wants you to get out there and hit the curveball or the changeup or the fastball on the ground.
Toyota Major League Scoreboard. The Marlins finally won yesterday, giving Dan Jennings his first victory as a manager. They're up 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Harang hits one down the right field line out of play. They celebrated like they had won the division when Martin Prado got the base hit yesterday, and then they went into the pool in the Clevelander after it was all said and done.
Game has changed.
Yeah, they didn't have many pools when you played, and that wasn't too long ago. 2-2 pitch to Harang. Fights it off and whacks it foul a couple times.
I think it's safe to say back in the day you probably would have gone in and dove into the keg to celebrate. Have some champagne for somebody.
Swing and a miss. And he struck out the side here in the third. 4 strikeouts overall for Gio Gonzalez. He had his curveball working in this inning. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Denard Span due to lead things off when we come back. Mason, you can't go wrong when you buy right. And buy your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to the local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com today. Another good crowd on hand for this final game of the 3-game series, the Phillies and the Nationals. In fact, this is looks like an even larger crowd than yesterday, which was a sellout. They expect to sell out today, but the standing room only is probably a little thicker here today. Nationals will hit the road after this ball game. One thing, too, and Murph was talking about this being down in the dugout, a lot of Phillies fans again for this weekend series.
Which is nice to see.
Yep. Denard Span takes upstairs. It's 1-0. He doubled to start the bottom of the first. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. You want to get a little snapshot of who Aaron Harang is. Tyler Kepner from the New York Times had a piece in, I think it was yesterday's paper, about Harang and about his travels and the number of teams that he's played with. And Aaron joked that his wife said to him that you have to decide which jerseys you want hung up because you have too many of them. We can't hang them all up in the house. That one's off the end of the bat out towards center field. And Herrera will get to it, makes the catch, 1 away. But in that story, Tyler documents how Aaron, during his times with all these different teams, has talked about how he's become better and maintained, better in some parts and maintained other parts. But one of the best quotes in that story in the New York Times was Harang saying, when you pay attention and watch and listen, you learn so much. I mean, you can say that about any walk of life. But he talked in that piece about how he learns different stances on the pitcher's mound, on the rubber, from Sandy Koufax. Koufax said you can do this or that, depending on what the count is. He said he learned how to rethrow his cutter from his former Cape Cod teammate and Dodger teammate, Chris Capuano. He holds it the way Capuano holds it as a left-hander. And he also said he learned when he was with the Mets his current changeup grip. As that one is floated out towards shallow right, and it's going to drop in front of Francoeur. So Desmond's aboard with a 1-out single. Said he always held his changeup the same way. And Dan Warthen said, well, why don't you try holding it this way, using the laces differently? And Aaron said as soon as he did this, and this was just a couple of years ago.
Right.
So as soon as he did this, he said it felt comfortable for the first time in his hands.
And it's nice that he mentioned these people's names and saying that he learns from people, because that's how you get better in this game. You have to listen to other people. You have to be willing to change things. And I think nowadays the kids in games are pretty stubborn. They stick with what they think is going to succeed, and you have to pay attention. And it's the same in any sport. It helps you a long way. I've changed my stance 3 or 4 times throughout my career. Different approach, when to look for certain pitches, and it's helped, or it did help.
1 ball and no strikes. Well, I thought the interesting part about it is that he talked about placement on the rubber with his foot during certain pitches where he wants to get a little bit more velocity, where Sandy Koufax said, I would do this to get a little bit more velocity. So he does that from time to time to get a little more push on his pitches. 1 ball, no strikes, and a foul ball. It's 1-1. I mean, you were around for a long time, Matt. There had to be guys that even 10 years into your career, you're thinking, all right, that's a good idea. I should do that.
I would say within a couple of years of getting in the game, especially when I was traded from the Red Sox. When I signed with the Oakland A's as a minor league free agent, just listening to the Canseco, McGuire, and Scott Brocious and all these guys of how they sit on pitches and how to elevate balls. That's where you learn. I was a guy who always hit, singles and believe it or not, a lot of triples in the minor leagues. Yes, this big frame body was
you won a batting title in the minor leagues.
And that's just one thing where I wanted to learn how to hit home runs. Lower your hands a little bit. Sit on certain pitches. How to get through the ball. I never knew how to get through a baseball. I knew how to hit the ball to left field, and that was it. Then I became a dead pull hitter and had no idea how to hit the ball to left field.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Escobar with a runner at first. And he fouls it away again. It remains 2-2. Well, we've gotten to know Aaron over the last couple of months, and the one thing about him is, first of all, he's a wonderful guy. But he does talk about reading hitters, how every game is different, how he could have one pitch one day and not use it the next day.
And we've played golf with him a few times, and that's the one thing I was really interested in when he heard, is that he reads hitters throughout the game. There's not a lot of pitchers that do that anymore.
Again, the 2-2 pitch coming to Escobar. Got it in his hands. Fly ball to center field. And Herrera moves from one spot to another to make that catch. 2 outs. So Bryce Harper will come up. Harper reached on a line drive off Aaron Harang, his first time up. And Harang sort of brushed it aside after it hit off his hip. Harang said that the conversation with Capuano, which has kind of been ongoing for years, happened a lot of times on the car rides when I guess the two were with the Dodgers together. They would just discuss certain things from a pitching standpoint. Swing and a miss.
A lot of conversations will start if you're riding over in a taxi together, or if you're in spring training, you're going on bus trips to wherever you're going. A couple of hours just sitting there talking about hitting. I used to approach people and ask them, do you guys sit on certain pitches? Because I was always a guy that sat dead red fastball every single pitch and never got away from my game plan. And then later on, if a guy was a person who threw a very good curveball, Yeah, I would sit on it, but you have all the conversations, especially the pitchers that sit in the dugout together, and they talk about pitching all the time. And what would you throw in this situation? How would you pitch this guy? Where have you had good success with him before? So there's always a conversation going on regarding hitting or pitching.
Hamels and Sean O'Sullivan in the dugout watching Aaron Harang. Inside, it's 2-2.
Now, it might be a little too early in the afternoon for Cole to talk to someone about pitching, but because he did have a very good day yesterday.
8 innings, 5 strikeouts, just 1 run. Now 12-0 in his last 18 starts, and the Phillies score 3 runs or more.
Were you there today when I asked him about his base hit?
Yeah.
We don't even talk pitching anymore. It's just strictly about hitting.
It's a big hit in yesterday's game.
Huge. But all he wanted to talk about was the first at bat, the one he should have crushed.
Desmond will be off on this pitch. And the 3-2 to Harper. And he hits it foul. That ball did get a piece of Bryce Harper.
On the back leg. Very good late cutter. He felt that off his back leg. I mean, it was his left leg right there off his back knee.
It's amazing that the ball would move that way.
And that late.
Harang not backing down here with the runner at first base, and a count 3-2 to Harper. This will be the 8th pitch of the at bat. Inside, ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second. And Desmond goes to third. I believe time was called. And that's what the third base umpire, Dan Bellino, is now saying to Desmond. Matt Williams is coming out. I think time was called because they were getting a new baseball. Because the ball to Harper was in the dirt.
See, 3 balls, 2 strikes, ball in the dirt.
And right there.
Timeout.
Matt Williams is just going out to get an explanation from Dan Bellino. Now Desmond was being heads up on that.
But again, that's where the game has changed so much over the years. God forbid if there's a little scuff on the baseball nowadays. You have to have a clean baseball every time. So anytime a ball is hitting the dirt or a ground ball, they throw the baseball out.
I know it's changed the way I think about it. As soon as that ball was in the dirt, I'm thinking, all right, they're going to change the baseball. And Rupp's going to go out to the mound and bring the ball out to Harang. Here's Ryan Zimmerman, who takes a strike. It's 0-1.
So a pitcher can throw a curveball or slider in the dirt. The umpire will call time and change the baseball, but you can hit a missile to the infielders and the ball will stay in play.
That is correct.
Makes sense.
Off the end of the bat, it's going to be a tough play. Harang off the mound quickly, turns and fires in time to get Zimmerman. Side is retired. Zimmerman has left 4 so far in this ball game through the first 3. Ben Revere in the top of the order for the Phils when we come back to D.C. Gravestones, or in front of the gravestones at Arlington National Cemetery here in Washington, D.C. There were photos in the local papers today of some of the servicemen and women doing that throughout the course of the last couple of days. And these are the fans at Nationals Park waving their hats. They do this every single game here in D.C. In the third and at the end of the third inning, where they wave their hats to honor those military members who are here in attendance, current military members and veterans who are here in attendance on this Memorial Day weekend 2015. A national holiday since the early 70s, and rightfully so. Ben Revere leads it off, shows bunt, and misses the pitch from Gonzalez, and it's 0-1. Revere singled his first time up. Up and in, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, Matt, so the tendencies have been for the opposition to start getting to Gio Gonzalez at this point. Second time through the order and beyond is where he's had so much trouble this year.
Well, and it starts with guys making adjustments. We've seen a lot of ground balls so far in this game. Gio Gonzalez is a ground ball pitcher. And I found it very interesting that the 4th inning in this year and the 5th inning, he has an ERA of 7.88. So that means that guys are making the adjustments second time through the order. They figured out, and the bat boy just took Ben Revere's bat from him. So it's just, we always talk about game of adjustments. Well, the hitters have made adjustments second time and third time through the order, and Gio hasn't made the proper changes of facing the hitters as well.
And we'll see if that tendency continues here with Ben Revere leading it off. It'll be Revere, Galvis, and Darren Ruff. And Ben hits it out toward the middle, backhanded by Espinosa. And there's 1 out. So 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Freddie Galvis coming up. Pulling a doubleheader at the office, look no further than W.B. Mason's wide selection of Green Mountain Coffee K-Cup pods to keep you running. Order by 11:30 and get free same-day delivery. Who but W.B. Mason? Galvis struck out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. In the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gio Gonzalez and a few of the other Washington Nationals players went out to a variety of little leagues yesterday in the D.C. area. As Galvis hits that one toward the middle, Desmond has it, spins, fires high, and not in time. Zimmerman decided to go for the tag of the bag with his glove instead of coming down with his feet. And Freddie Galvis is safe at first. And they have scored that a base hit.
Well, Desmond makes a very nice play, comes up with a very strong arm. See, Ryan Zimmerman jumps up. It almost looked like he was probably a couple feet away from the bag. That's why he tried to tag it with his hand. Figured it'd be a little quicker.
Yep, you're right. So an infield single for Galvis, and Darren Ruff is the batter. He grounded it to a double play his first time up. Gio Gonzalez was out at the Northwest Washington Little League. He was out there with Clint Robinson. They split the players up throughout the Washington area yesterday. And they were asking kids all kinds of questions. He asked the kids who were there, he said, "Who do you think my favorite player was growing up?" And one of the kids said, "Mickey Mantle." And he said, "How old do you think I am?" 29 years old. Outside, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Now they were chanting Gio Gonzalez's name and Clint Robinson's name, but whoever the MC was said, "Kids, who's your favorite Washington player?" And they all started chanting Bryce Harper's name. 1-0 to Darren Ruff. And now 1 ball, 1 strike, a 91 mile an hour fastball.
I'd like to see them come in there with a fastball again to Darren Ruff at 91, 92 miles an hour from a left-hander, because Darren's got an extremely short swing.
Yep.
He might hit that Geico over the stands in left field.
Inside, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Maikel Franco is on deck. Yeah, there's ball 4. So the Phillies, for the first time today, have 2 runners on. An infield single for Galvis and the walk to Ruff. Well, we talk about Gio Gonzalez's struggles. Last year's ERA was rising at 3.57, but the opponent's batting average was 230. Now, you fast forward to 2015, I mean, it's nowhere near what his numbers have been since 2010.
Well, he has walked quite a few guys this year. I mentioned in the open, he's got 18 walks already. When he's missing with his changeup, now besides tonight, he's been pretty good with his changeup, but this year, when he's been missing with his changeup, it's been up in the zone, and it's been getting hit very hard. But his changeup, like I said today, his changeup has been very good, and his curveball.
Franco takes a breaking ball for a strike. And it's 0-1. Off the hands, out towards second, and caught by Espinosa. So 2 outs, and the Phillies need a clutch hit now from Jeff Francoeur, who singled his first time up. Well, this Saturday when the Phillies take on the Rockies at Citizens Bank Park, it's a special 3:05 start. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. It's Nemours Kids Run the Bases postgame for fans 14 and under. Stop by the box office this week. Francoeur swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Man, those look like some big old sunglasses he's wearing there today. He was trying them on the other day. Freddie Galvis had them on. He was in the dugout trying them on, but they look big. And he pulls that one through the hole on the left side of base hit. Galvis around third, heading for home. The throw to the blow. No, he bobbled it. And Galvis will score easily, and Francoeur will go to second base. Clint Robinson was getting up to throw that to the plate, and he bobbled the ball. It's 1-0 Phillies. Well, they're going to give an error to Robinson to allow Francoeur to get to second base. So it'll be a single RBI and an E7.
Well, this is the 4th pitch that Frenchies have seen today. 4 swings, nice base hit. You know, Robinson tried to do the exchange a little too quick. You know, but Galvis had a tremendous jump. And honestly, I don't think he would have had a chance to throw him out anyway. But the exchange was so quick that it hit him in the heel. He'd never been able to get a chance to catch it with his left hand.
Yeah, I thought maybe he'd get Ruff at third because Ruff kept on going.
Yeah, but he also dropped it again.
Yeah. Well, now here's Cesar Hernandez with 2 in scoring position. 1-0 Phillies here in the top of the 4th inning. Jeff Francoeur now 2 for 2. That's his 13th RBI. After a high fastball, 93, and it's 0-2.
I was talking to Francoeur today before he came over in a taxi, and I said, I know you're in there today. He goes, yep. I said, I can tell by the smile on your face. I said, how many get some? He goes, oh, I'm going to get a few today. Then he talked about the hockey game tonight that he's going to.
The Rangers Lightning game in New York. Swing and a miss. Hernandez strikes out, but the Phillies strike first. They get a run on the base hit by Jeff Francoeur. Phillies leave a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Phils. And buy the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Well, the president's race looked like it was a wash. It looked like, I guess that's Thomas Jefferson. I can't tell Thomas Jefferson and George Washington apart. Well, one of them just went right down, and they opened the door for Abe Lincoln to cross the finish line. That was George Washington. I think Thomas Jefferson's a tad taller. Oh, he went down.
That's called a face plant.
That sure was a face plant. Clint Robinson leads it off. It takes high. It's 1-0. Robinson fly to center his first time up to left center field. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. People wonder about Harang's start to the season and if it was comparable to last year. Well, he was pretty good last year through the first 2 months of the year. That one is hit sharply into right center field. Herrera didn't see it right away, so Francoeur is going to try to get to it and then throw to second base, and it won't be in time. I don't think Odubel Herrera saw that ball at all. That's going to be a double, the third of the season for Robinson. Now he was shaded over toward left center field.
Yeah, he didn't, as soon as his ball was hit, he didn't move until the ball hit the outfield grass. Then he realized, you see him up top left-hand corner, he froze. Frenchie actually made that play closer than I even expected.
Yeah, I agree.
Herrera probably moved about right now.
So Robinson's at second base. Jose Lobaton is the batter. Back in the first inning, Harang worked around a leadoff double by Denard Span. Outside, he's missed in the same spot these last couple pitches. He's fallen behind a second straight batter. Let's see what he's done after the Phillies have scored. Last year, Harang, after the first 2 months of the season, had an ERA of 3.21 with the Atlanta Braves. And now it's 3-0. So that wasn't bad. His record was 4-4 at that point. Right now his record is 4-3 as Espinosa waits on deck. That one's to the right side, a base hit it to right center field. Rounding third and heading for home is Robinson. So the Nationals will tie it up. Lobaton's RBI single. So it's a 1-1 ball game. Baseball is a funny game because let's say Herrera saw the ball off the bat of Robinson and held him to a single. That ball right there may have been a double play ball. The infielders may have been cheating for two.
Yeah, this is a 3-0 pitch. Actually, it was a pretty good pitch. He was doing his job of trying to hit the ball to right field to advance the runner, but get a bonus out of it by a base hit and an RBI.
So Lobaton's at first, because now if you look at the alignment, Hernandez is over a few steps at second base for the Phillies trying to set up to turn two. Hernandez was probably a step or two.
Yeah, Hernandez was probably about right over here last time. Now he's moving up the middle, but you know, I know Herrera is in pretty good line. But I'd like to see him go ahead and say, you know what, don't be afraid to ask the umpire to move to the other side or move to your left a little farther. Just that one, because there's so many things you have to look through right now.
Espinosa bunted his first time up. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Second base umpire is Alfonso Marquez.
Last 3 hitters, he's been a little arrangement, a little too quick with his hand coming out of his glove. That's why his body's not catching up, and that's why everything's flying up to the top right hand of the batter's box. Needs to slow it down. Good time to throw either a changeup or a slider.
That one's pulled, foul. Espinosa a little too quick that time.
Well, that's what we talk about with Aaron Harang. That was the subtract pitch at 88, 89 compared to 92, 93.
Inside corner, 3-2. That was a pitcher's pitch right there, but the Phillies will take it. So will Harang. So 3-2 with nobody out, and a slow runner at first base. Gio Gonzalez on deck. And ball 4 to put runners on first and second. Second walk issued by Harang this afternoon. Gio Gonzalez coming up. Bob McClure may be heading out to the mound just to discuss those mechanical deficiencies that Harang has shown in this inning. Follow the Phillies all season in 2015 with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or tablet. So Bob McClure ventures out to the mound to talk to Cameron Rupp and Aaron Harang. It's a bunting situation for Gio Gonzalez. He'll go up and talk to Bob Henley, the third base coach. Gio Gonzalez has bunted successfully 6 times for a sacrifice this year, 29 in his career.
I'd like to see an aggressive bunt D coverage right here. Meaning Freddie Galvis will, he'll start in here, then all of a sudden he'll go in quick and behind. And he goes back.
They bunt toward first. Ruff has got it. And is flipped to the first base bag. Sacrifice is successful. 3-4 on the putout, and they're 2 in scoring position now for the Nationals. Phillies have played the infield back now with 1 away. I thought initially there might be a chance for the force at third, the way that ball was bunted, how hard it was. And Darren did look.
But you have to commit to it.
Right. Because you got to get an out there.
Yes.
Span is 1 for 2. Take a look at it again.
He charges, and the bunt's coming right at him. He kind of backs off right there. If he continues coming in very hard and does that little spin move to come up firing to third, even though it's a pretty good bunt towards the base, the catcher, Lobaton, is running, and he doesn't have that great speed.
And Darren does have a strong enough arm. I think they may have had a play at third, but they get the out at first.
Right. Now later in the game, you'd probably see Darren would probably be in farther on the grass, almost like a softball style.
Check swing. They'll hold the runner at third as Harang barehands, and there are 2 outs. And now he can see his way through this, allowing just 1 run if he can get Ian Desmond, who is 1 for 2 today. Well, that's got to be frustrating as a hitter.
Oh, you have no idea.
Infield's back, runners at second and third.
I don't know what's worse, having a check swing back to the pitcher or hitting a home run up an elevator shaft to the catcher. Straight up pop up. Never heard that phrase before?
No, I've heard it.
Okay.
I was trying to think which one would be worse. I think that would be worse, what he just did.
Yeah.
1 ball and no strikes to Desmond. Ball and 1 strike to Desmond. Off the hands, over to first. Aaron Ruff has got it, and the inning is over. So 1 run scores for the Nationals, and 2 weak ground balls to wrap things up for Washington. They leave a couple in scoring position. Champions in Action program recognizes nonprofit organizations that are making a difference in our communities. Congratulations to our latest champion, Philadelphia Academies. To learn more, visit citizensbank.com/community. At Citizens Bank, we want to help you bank better. So the next time you have a question about money, don't keep it to yourself. Ask a citizen. So it's a 1-1 ball game. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Gio Gonzalez will face the bottom third of the order. The bottom third that he struck out in order his last time through. That was in the top half of the 3rd inning. Herrera went down looking. Rupp went down swinging. Harang went down swinging. Fastball away, 1-0. Gio Gonzalez was originally drafted in the 1st round by the Chicago White Sox. Then the Phillies acquired him and then traded him back to the White Sox after he spent 1 year with the organization in Reading. His record was less than .500 with the Reading Phillies. That's what they were called at the time. There's a fly ball to center field. Span going back, and he's there. And Herrera is retired for the first out. White Sox then shipped Gonzalez to the A's before the Nationals acquired him. Really with the A's that he broke out and established himself as a very good left-hander in the big leagues. Curveball and a foul ball.
Cameron so far this game has been getting a steady diet of off-speed pitches. A lot of curveballs, change-ups.
In the dirt, it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's out toward right center field, slicing away from Span. It's going to go to the warning track and to the wall, and Cameron Rupp will get to second base with a 1-out double here in the top of the 5th inning. So Aaron Harang will be the batter with a runner in scoring position. Harang struck out his first time up. He has 5 sacrifice bunts this year. And he chops that one to the right side, so he'll be retired. Rupp will go to third. And 4-3 on the putout. 90 feet away is the go-ahead run. And Ben Revere, who has 1 hit and 2 at-bats, will come up for the third time. Nice to get that run home here and retake the lead.
That it would. Now I understand why they didn't throw Cameron Rupp any fastballs. Threw him 5 straight fastballs. Finally gets off-speed pitches. They gets a fastball and drives it to right center.
He was busy today taking some batting practice underneath the stadium. He took a lot of BP from John Miserock. He tries to keep himself sharp. He doesn't play a whole lot with Ruiz, obviously the everyday catcher.
Well, and a lot of times when your backup catchers play, it's usually a day game, and usually on day games you do not hit on the field, so you have to do extra work in the cage.
1 ball, no strikes to Revere, and he takes a breaking ball in there for strike 1.
I hate to take a bat practice in the batting cage because you can never tell the flight of the ball coming off your bat if you were slicing it too much or hooking it too much. Plus, BP is just another time to lose a lot of baseballs and cost the organization more money.
Foul ball, and it's 1-2. That got a piece of Lobatone. It's a good hold by Revere, and it evens the count up at 2-2. That one's back toward the mound, and Gonzalez has it. He jammed him on that pitch. And the inning is over, 1-3 on the putout. Phillies get a runner over at third, but leave him there, middle of the 5th. We're all tied up at 1. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Nationals. Matt, after you contemplated for a while, what player got the first hit in Nationals history off Phillies pitcher John Lieber?
Well, I was trying to think of the second baseman's name. I could not think of it, but then I remembered that we did have this question last year and that Jamie Moyer answered Brad Wilkerson last year.
Man, you got a great memory. Did Jamie text you that during the game? Is that?
No, he did not.
It is kind of early out in the West Coast. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Brad Wilkerson, who at one point thought he might be a major league pitcher, but the Expos decided to make him an outfielder, which he was very good during his time.
Next teammate.
You know, Escobar takes low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Escobar grounded out to third, flied out to center. Lays off again. That one's out of play, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Anthony Rendon was taking ground balls today here at Nationals Park, and he was taking them at second base as he continues to come back from that oblique strain. Out toward right center field. On the run is Herrera. He's not going to get it. It's going to go to the wall on 1 hop. And Herrera has a little trouble with it, and Escobar is going to go to third base. The throw by Hernandez won't be in time. A triple by Yanel Escobar. And that's his first triple of the year. Give him credit. He was hustling right out of the box. And once that ball kind of died, instead of coming right to Herrera on a bounce, and then Hernandez stuttered a little bit on the exchange, Escobar had an easy path to go to third base.
Well, and this is one part of the outfield in right center throughout the zone where, first of all, you see the pitch is fastball out over the plate. Escobar squares it up, but it's a mesh, or it's that chain link fence, so when it hits, it's going to die. You know, and he plays it pretty good off the wall.
Yep.
It just doesn't come back to him. Now, anywhere else on the area, it's going to come off that padding hard to him, but that just hit the wall and died.
Bryce Harper swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. It's 0-1. Well, Harang has danced in and out of base runners for most of his outing today. First 4 innings, he left 7, and only one of those base runners scored. Out toward the middle, and it's gobbled up by Galvis. A run will score, and it's 2-1 Nationals. So an RBI and a ground out for Bryce Harper. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Well, give Harper credit for getting the RBI. It's his 40th of the year. But it's got to, the real credit's got to go to Escobar, who was busting it from the get-go. Guy that during his career hasn't always busted it, but he did in that one. And here's Ryan Zimmerman, who's 0 for 2.
Well, and I think with Escobar, he's going to bust it as much as he can, because there's a few players in that locker room down on Washington Nationals that will get in your face and say some stuff. This gentleman hitting right here will.
Guy with the ponytail probably would too.
Yes. 2 different ways. Zimmerman will say it nice, and J-Dub will go right to the point.
Outside, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryan Zimmerman is struck out. He's grounded 1 back to Harang. big curveball.
Big slow curveball.
Big
71.
slow curveball. Almost looked like it was one of those pitches that Zimmerman changed his mind 3 times as whether he wanted to swing at it or not. And now the 2-2 pitch to Zimmerman. Outside, 3-2. Clint Robinson's on deck. He scored the other run for the Nats at the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, the 3rd and the 4th were innings that Harang labored with his pitch count, 22 in each inning. But he's already at 15 here in the bottom of the 5th. The run is in, and there's only 1 man down. And that'll find the seats again over the first base dugout. Is there a pitch, Matt, that you're seeing that isn't working for him today? Is it the cutter again, or is it just the fastball command?
I think it's. I don't think he hasn't found the comfortable spot yet on any pitch. His slider, he's missing quite a bit outside the right-handers. His fastball is missing up into right-handers.
Well, he gets Zimmerman on strikes as Rupp hangs on. Second time today he's gotten Ryan Zimmerman. Monday night, Ron Burke heads to Reading to learn the secrets of Aaron Nola's success this season. Plus, Ricky Vitalico looks ahead at Nola's road to the majors. Watch Phillies Clubhouse presented by Mercedes-Benz. Monday night at 6:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Aaron Nola had a very good outing the other day in that morning ball game for the Reading Phils. That one's popped up to the right of second base. Freddie Galvis calls everybody off, and the inning is over. But the Nationals do get a run to take the lead on an RBI ground out by Bryce Harper, and it followed a triple from Yunel Escobar. Sandberg's everyday lineup. The month of May has been very merry for Ryan Howard. A batting average below 200 in April has been consistently above 300 during the second month of the season. The average has climbed and the power in his bat has returned. Number 6 is key to the Phillies offense. His successful swings are making Phillies fans jump for joy. And they're brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, back here at Nationals Park, Ryan Howard has the afternoon off, at least for the time being. We'll probably see him down the road. Freddie Galvis will lead things off for the Phils. And for more on Ryan Howard, let's turn it over to Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thanks a lot, Tom. Well, Ryan Howard is red hot. We've talked about that. He is the subject of our Coors Light Cold Hard Fact. All 10 of his home runs have come since April 21st. That ties him with Ryan Braun and Giancarlo Stanton for second most in Major League Baseball in that time period. The only guy that has more since April 21st is in the other dugout today. That's Bryce Harper. He has 12 since that time.
Yeah, last 30 games for Howard. 303 batting average. Those 10 home runs, as Murph talked about. 21 RBIs. Those are some good numbers right there. Boy, everybody would take that. There's Ryan Howard. Out of play, and it remains no balls and 2 strikes. Freddie Galvis shoots that one toward right center field. Harper will close and make the catch. Yeah, there's one out here in the 6th inning. Well, whatever problems Gio Gonzalez was having with his breaking ball and his changeup this year, I don't think he's having the same problems today.
No, he's had very good command of it. And he hasn't really thrown a lot of fastballs. He's been relying on a changeup to right-handers, mixing the curveball late versus the hitters. He's had very good. I mean, everything is down. Everything he's thrown, even his fastball, is knee high.
Darren Ruff today is hit into a double play, and he's walked. So 0 for 1 officially. Opposite way. On the run is Harper toward the corner. It is off the base of the wall. Ruff better hurry. Harper's throw to second base is offline. And Darren Ruff has a 1-out double.
That ball carried.
It sure did. That's some power the opposite way.
It's a 2-seam fastball. It's up in the zone. Not too bad, though, right at the glove. Darren Ruff showing some power to right field. It's off the base of the wall. That's probably by Harper coming up and throwing a missile into second base.
So Darren's in scoring position. That's his 6th double of the year. And Maikel Franco, who's 0 for 2. He's grounded out. He's also popped out. He'll be the hitter with 1 man down. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. It's 0-1. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. The Pirates lead the Mets 3-1. That game's in the bottom of the 5th inning. Andrew McCutchen continues to get stronger and stronger. Home run and 2 RBIs for the Pirates. Swing and a miss, and Franco strikes out. He threw him something soft there. And that's the 5th strikeout. Make it the 6th for Gio Gonzalez.
Well, this pitch is all set up from the previous 2 fastballs inside. Throws a no-ball, 2-strike curveball. You know, Franco thinks he's got to cheat it a little bit because he's been getting beat in all day with the fastball. Once again, 2-strike curveball.
Brancourt has a couple hits, including an RBI single his last time up. Takes a fastball. It's 0-1. Well, I guess that's, you know, everything is set up on that pitch right there. The fact that he's able to get the fastball over for strikes.
That is the key. First pitch strikes. Can't believe it. Frenchie's seen 2 pitches and he hasn't swung at either one of them. He was on a streak 4 for 4 today.
In an RBI situation, too.
Yep.
Distribution of outs for Gio Gonzalez. It includes 6 strikeouts and 7 ground ball outs.
Yeah, which is not surprising.
When he's on.
When he's on.
And Frank Core lines it out toward left field and right at Robinson. He hits it right on the nose, but the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left in scoring position. Middle of the 6th inning. Phillies trail the Nationals 2-1. On today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. ShopNissan.com. By Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. And by Jefferson, where health is all we do. Call 1-800-JEFF now or visit jefferson.edu. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Phillies trail the Nationals 2-1. Justin DeFreitas starting to loosen up in the bullpen for the Phils as we start this 6th inning. It is the bottom of the order for the Nationals, but nobody is loosening up in Washington's bullpen as Lobaton hits one back toward the middle, and Galvis throws him out, 1 away.
It's a good start to this inning, especially when it's a first pitch strike. After that hitter right there, and we've been talking about his little struggles of kind of fighting himself and trying to find his rhythm. Out of 25 hitters, he's only thrown first pitch strike 9 times.
Whereas for Gio, it's 14 times, right?
Yeah, 13. 13 out of 23. Which is still not a great ratio either.
No. Now, the Phillies certainly have had base runners against Gio Gonzalez, but he's gotten a better feel for that curveball as the day has gone on.
Well, and he's made some quality pitches on some key situations and got some double plays as well.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. DeFreitas is joined by Jake Diekman in the bullpen. See this alignment that the Phillies have with 3 infielders on the right side against Danny Espinosa. Maikel Franco is closest to the bag on the right side. If there was a runner at first base, Franco would be where Cesar Hernandez is, and Hernandez would be where Franco is. And that switch happened 2 days ago after Franco had trouble around the second base bag. And Ryan Sandberg, Larry Boa thought better of it and said, you know what, we'll keep him there for now, but if a guy's at first base, we'll flip-flop him, because the guy that is closer to second base needs to know how to use the bag. There's a fly ball to right field. Francoeur makes the catch, or knows how to work around the bag. Phillies have some road trips coming up in 2015. One of the big ones is San Diego, California, from August 6th until the 10th. 4 nights accommodations, brunch with the Phillies announcers, tour of Petco Park, and tickets for all 3 games against the Padres. Custom Phillies road trip polo shirt. Phillies.com/Phillies vacation is where you can go for more information. Fly ball left field. It's pretty deep. Revere going back, and he is there to make the catch. And the side is retired. Nothing across for the Nationals. Aaron Harang sets them down in order for the first time today. We'll move to the 7th. The Phillies trailing it by 1. Well, poor George Washington, he went down hard and lost the president's race earlier today. Our game summary brought to you by the Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Jeff Francoeur 2 for 3 with an RBI for the Phils. Aaron Harang hasn't been as sharp as today, but has only allowed 2 runs so far over 6 innings of work. Jose Lobaton has an RBI single. Bryce Harper has an RBI and a ground out. Gio Gonzalez has been strong through 6 innings. There's Harang talking to Ryan Sandberg, and his spot is due up 4th in this inning. And Sandberg looking at the lineup card. I think there's a chance he bats, but I think there's a better chance that the Phillies will send up a pinch hitter, because if his time gets up, that means there's a base runner.
Well, and plus it's the 7th inning. And nothing against him hitting him wise, but
he can't hit, he can't hit, he can't hit, he can't hit. Cesar Hernandez 0 for 2 today. Shows bunt, takes low, 1-0. That's a pitcher's pitch right there. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Matt pointed out before that Ben May, the home plate umpire, does have a wider strike zone, but he's been consistent with that wide strike zone all day. That one's a bit outside. It's 3-1. Matt Grace is the left-hander, and Aaron Barrett is the right-hander for the Nationals in the bullpen. Gonzalez has thrown 89 pitches, but I think his struggles this year is what is causing Matt Williams to get somebody up just in case. And a called strike 3. Well, that pitch has been a strike for most of the day. It did look a little low to Hernandez, but Ben May has called that a strike. Wouldn't you agree, Matt, most of the afternoon?
No, I would agree. And I think if Hernandez he goes back and watch the height of it, it's a fastball inside. That's a pretty good pitch. And like you said, Tom, he's been calling that all night. But too close to take. You need to swing the bat with 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Now Odubel Herrera, who's 0 for 2. He has struck out and fly to center. Odubel lost his bat on that inside pitch, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
That does a nice job of getting out of the way right there. Good bounce, doesn't fall over.
Very good bounce, unlike George Washington. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curve ball, and it's 1-2. Boy, he does take some funky swings, doesn't he?
That he does. That swing right there is almost like, I'm going to sit fastball inside. You get a curveball, and you kind of panic and say, oh, I better swing. But so far, he's been able to make the adjustment from at bat to at bat this year so far.
And he rips that one into right field, a base hit. So Odubel's aboard. A 1-out single. Well, that strikeout of Hernandez is even bigger now. All right, Matt, it's time now for our Hyundai defensive plays of the game. And you talked about it before, how important these double play balls have been.
Well, this is back in the first inning. Darren Ruff hits the ball extremely hard, but right at Desmond makes for a 6-4-3 double play. And then all of a sudden, the second inning, Hernandez hits another hard ball, but right at Desmond for another 6-4-3 double play. So very important that he was down the zone. Quality pitches, and that's why it's brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Well, Gio Gonzalez's afternoon is complete. Into the 7th inning, he goes 6 of the 3rd. Matt Williams is going to bring in a new pitcher to take over for his left-hander. It'll be the right-hander, Aaron Barrett. Phillies games are fun for a group, but do you know how charitable they can be? Groups of 25 or more are eligible for fundraising opportunities that benefit their designated cause. It's a great way to raise funds and awareness. Learn more at Phillies.com/group tickets. Well, pitching change for the Nationals. Gio Gonzalez is done after 6 1/3. He struck out 7, allowed 7 hits, and he'll give way to Aaron Barrett. Barrett is a strikeout pitcher, has 22 and 15 2/3, and throws over to first base, chasing Odubel Herrera back. They also have lefty Matt Grace up, and that's in case Ryan Sandberg goes with one of his lefties off the bench, Utley or Howard, as a pinch hitter. Inside, 1-0.
Well, Barrett does not do a very good job of holding runners on, but he does a very good job of doing a standoff. And apparently he wins the title on Friday night.
Yeah, apparently they have donned themselves the champions of the standoff because Aaron Harang had walked away. 1 ball and no strikes. That one is fought off toward right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Odubel Herrera better hurry and get to second. He won't get there in time. Boy, he's got to read that better. It's going to be a fielder's choice. 9-6 on the putout. I know we're way above the stadium here. We can see that sort of unfolding. He didn't get far enough before the ball dropped.
Well, and it's not the fact that he didn't get far enough. He actually started going back towards first base.
Very true.
He has a good secondary. Right there was that stutter step, which causes him to get there. I mean, he does a nice job. He turns open. But right there, you should be able to read the way your outfielder's attacking the ball. And if he is, you back off, go back to first base. But it's that stutter step to right that cost him.
So Harper throws out the base runner at second, and another pitching change. Aaron Barrett's day is done after 1 batter. Chase Utley has been introduced as a pinch hitter for the Phillies, so Matt Grace will come on, and he'll be the new pitcher for Washington. It's 2-1, Washington on top here in the top of the 7th inning. When Cameron Rupp looped one out toward right field, got caught kind of in between in his decision on what to do, and when the ball dropped, he was way too far off the second base bag, and Harper, who's got an excellent arm, fired to second to get the assist, and that's his 4th outfield assist of the season. So Matt Grace will now be the new pitcher for the Nationals, with Chase Utley coming on. 10 2/3, 6 walks for Matt Grace. He's got Rupp over at first base. Utley is a pinch hitter. You see his numbers, 21 of 63. First pitch is over. It's 0-1. outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Utley whacks it foul. One ball and 2 strikes to Chase. Chase overall hitting .174 with 3 home runs and 19 runs batted in. And a strike 3 call right on the outside part of the plate. 8th strikeout today for Phillies hitters. And they leave one over at first base, so it's time to stretch here at Nationals Park. The arm of Bryce Harper certainly helping his pitcher's cause. And this is a pretty good fastball right here by Matt Grace toward the outer half of the plate. To their bullpen after Aaron Harang goes 6 innings, allows 7 hits and 2 earned runs. Well, in between innings, Glenn Donnellan on the electric slugger gave us a rendition of God Bless America here at Nationals Park. After he did the national anthem before the start of the ball game. Glenn is from the Washington Symphony. So Justin DeFreitas will be the new pitcher, 20th ball game. No wins, 1 loss, a 3.27 ERA. And he'll face the top of the order: Denard Span, Ian Desmond, Yanel Escobar. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Outside, 2-0. They're going to keep Diekman loosened up in the bullpen because of Harper, who is up 4th in this inning. There's a line drive, base hit it to right center field. That ball will go all the way to the wall, and Span's going to stop at second base. So a leadoff double. That's his second double of the day. So much for being 0 for in the series. He's now 2 for 4 today and 2 for 12 in the series. Ian Desmond's coming up. It's time for the Major League Notebook. Murph.
All right, thanks very much, Tom. Well, it has been a frustrating couple of seasons for Shane Victorino of the Red Sox. He is heading to the DL again, this time with a calf strain. According to his manager, John Farrell, he is extremely frustrated and disappointed in his inability to stay healthy. He joined the Sox in 2013. He's played in only 172 games for them since he joined the team. He's been very good when he has played, but hasn't played a whole lot. And also, guys, this is the 80th anniversary of nighttime baseball in Cincinnati. The Phillies and the Cincinnati Reds played their first game on this date 80 years ago under the lights, and they've been doing it ever since. It changed baseball from what it was before that, of course. So a momentous moment indeed as we celebrate the 80th anniversary of lights in baseball, guys.
Yeah, Crosley Field in Cincinnati. There's a picture that's floating around the internet. One thing that stuck out to me, I marveled at just the playing surface. You know how different it is, how much dirt there is on the warning tracks, the path to the home plate area, the fringes around the base paths, and how well manicured fields are now compared to back then.
You mean back then they didn't have the checkered board in the outfield?
No, it didn't look like it. He had Desmond 1 for 3. He's grounded out a couple times, and he bunts. Rupp will take it. Sacrifice is successful. Matt Williams playing for an extra run here. Putout goes 2-3. Escobar 1 for 3, tripled, and then scored the go-ahead run in the 5th inning. Mentioned before how Rendon was taking ground balls at second base. It doesn't look like they're going to move Escobar from third when Rendon comes back. The infield in the first pitch, swing and a miss, good slider. It's 0-1.
Well, and I think Escobar is more of a third baseman with his range.
And Rendon can do both.
Rendon can do both. So I think Escobar staying at third base and Rendon playing second base. Well, it's a pretty good area where you can have two different guys at different areas, different positions.
There's a hot shot toward third. Franco gets Span back to the bag and then throws across the diamond in time for the second outs. So 2 away. But Denard Span is really lucky. If he was another step off the bag, he would have been a goner over at third base.
Well, I mean, this ball is absolutely smoked right at Franco at third base. Does a nice job of getting back. Good base running, knowing that he wasn't going on contact. And the only reason why he was not going on contact is because the next hitter was Bryce Harper.
All right, so now if you're the Phillies, here comes Ryan Sandberg. He's got Diekman warming up. Or do you just walk Harper and then face Zimmerman?
Bring Diekman in.
That's what it looks like they're going to do. There's the signal to the pen from Ryan Sandberg. So a runner at third, 2 men down here in the 7th inning. And Jake Diekman will come on to face Bryce Harper. Phillies trail it by 1. They're trying to keep it that way with 2 more at-bats to go. Park when the Rockies come to town. Night game, day game, day game. Saturday's a 3:05 first pitch. Sunday the 31st, a 1:35 first pitch. The Wistar Institute Melanoma Awareness Day, presented by Independence Blue Cross and Citizens Bank. Free bucket hat for fans 14 and under. Order your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. 2-1. Nationals on top here in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 men down. Back to the bullpen. Jake Diekman will come on to face Bryce Harper. 21 strikeouts and 15 in the third for Diekman. Harper is 1 for 8 with 4 strikeouts against Jake Diekman. Diekman delivers a strike. It's 0-1. That fastball at 97 miles an hour for Diekman. Casey Jansen warming up at the bullpen. Boy, they're wasting no time getting him into the setup role, huh? That ball is hit out toward left field. Here comes Revere. He's not going to get it. It drops in for a base hit. And Harper has an RBI single, so it's a second RBI of the day. Span scores. It's a 3-1 Nationals lead. Well, it's only the second hit for Harper against Jake Diekman.
Well, it's a fastball inside, and when things are going well, that's where the ball lands. Fair territory. A good fastball. Misses location a little bit, but it's a jam shot. It happens.
So it's 3-1 Washington. Ryan Zimmerman's the batter. He's 0 for 3. Fastball in there, 0-1. That run is charged to the lineup to Freitas. Well, Denard Span's leadoff double set the table for the Nationals in this inning. That one's hit well out toward right center field. On the run is Herrera. It's over his head and off the scoreboard. Again, it dies off that screen. Harper's already around third, heading home. He's going to score. It's an RBI double for Ryan Zimmerman, and it's now 4-1 Washington. Second RBI of the year for Ryan Zimmerman.
Well, this is a mistake pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Kicking down the middle of the plate much more than this one right here. Ryan Zimmerman has shown great power throughout his career, driving the ball to right center. Herrera having a hard time playing that off the wall. Bryce Harper coming around scoring very easily from first.
Well, your scouting report before about that fence in front of the scoreboard. I mean, it's the second ball that we've seen just absolutely die once it hit that fence. Now Michael Tower is going to pinch hit for the Nationals. He'll pinch hit for Clint Robinson. Taylor takes on the inside corner, 0-1. Ground ball to third. You got to hurry. He does run well. And Franco throws it across the diamond to end the inning. But 2-run score for the Nationals. 3 base hits. They leave 1 in scoring position. An RBI for Zimmerman, an RBI for Harper. And we'll go to the 8th. is just $1. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by the Quality Plus Ford stores. Go further. Top of the 8th inning. Phillies down 4-1. It'll be the top of the order up, though, against Matt Grace, who stays in the ball game. Grace got the last out. He got Chase Utley looking on strikes to finish up the 7th inning. And the Nationals tacked on a couple more. The Nationals have the lefty Matt Thornton, and they had Casey Janssen warming up in the bullpen. But here in the 8th inning, they've decided to stay with Grace. Michael Taylor will stay in the ball game and play left field. All right, so the Phils down by 3. They got to get something going here with 6 outs to go. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Toyota Major League Scoreboard, the Braves lead the Brewers 2-1. That game's in the top of the 8th inning. Andrelton Simmons, an RBI single. In there again, 1-2.
Mr. Thornton is getting loose for one person and one person only.
Ryan Howard.
Yes, sir.
Revere fights it off toward third. Escobar slings it over to first in time. What out? Freddie Galvis coming up. Coming up for Phil, Tommy Green breaks down today's series finale between the Phils and the Nationals. Only on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies Postgame Live. All right, so Matt Williams out to the mound. They're going to move Galvis over to the left side of the plate. Casey Jansen's going to come in. The right side is his dominant side. So Grace will get a nice round of applause as he exits. Pitching change with 1 man down. Top of the 8th inning. The Phillies down 4-1. Game took place, and the Nationals were able to squeak out another run. You know, Escobar's triple the opposite way, got things rolling. He was hustling all the way, Matt.
He was, and they play small ball, infield back. Bryce Harper does a nice job hitting the ground ball up the middle for his 40th RBI of the year.
Well, he went on later on to pick up his 41st RBI to make it a 3-1 ball game, and Ryan Zimmerman made it 4-1 with a double. So Freddie Galvis is now the batter as Casey Jansen takes over on the mound. Jansen's second appearance. 1 ball, 1 strike. Galvis batted right-handed the first time, 3 times up, had an infield single. And a breaking ball. I guess a little high, and it's 2-1. Jansen been battling right shoulder tendonitis, which is why he wasn't with the Nationals until yesterday when he was activated. They acquired him in the offseason as a free agent, signed him to a $5 million deal. And Galvis is down looking on strikes, 2 away. 9 strikeouts today for Nationals pitching.
Very good location. Not too close. We talked about it earlier with Hernandez. You cannot rely on the umpire to miss a call. It's a very good pitch right there. I'm not sure if he was frustrated that he didn't swing or frustrated at the umpire, but it was a good pitch.
Particularly the way this day has gone, and that's been a strike most of the day. 0-1. Casey Jansen does not stop moving, Matt, on the mound. Look at his feet going up and down.
Quicksand. Getting his feet out.
When he was with the Blue Jays, he would throw mid-90s, right?
Yes.
Fly ball, shallow center field. Span comes running in. He's got it lined up. And the inning is over. So the Nationals bullpen has done its job here this afternoon. Phillies go down 1-2-3 in their half of the 8th inning. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th. The Phillies trailing it 4-1. Pitcher. The Phillies trailing it by 3, trying to keep it right here with Drew Storen warming up in the bullpen for the Nats. Gomez 3.24 earned run average, and he will face the bottom of the order for the Nationals. We'll start with Jose Lobaton. Phillies will spend Memorial Day tomorrow in New York, a day game against the Mets before a night game on Tuesday, another day game on Wednesday. They wrap up this long road trip. Lobaton is 1 for 3. He has one of the RBIs today for the Nationals, who have 10 hits. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it. It's 0-1. Phillies bullpen is 6th in the National League in earned run average at 3.32 coming into today's ball game. The bullpen has allowed 2 runs so far today. That's in there, and it's 1-2. Aaron Harang went the first 6 innings, allowed 7 hits and 2 runs. DeFreitas is charged with the run. Diekman is charged with the run. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire, the opposition 1-2-3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Swing and a miss. He got him. They had a strikeout to start the 8th inning. And Danny Espinosa will be the batter. Phillies in their half of the 9th inning will have Franco, Francoeur, and Hernandez, with Ryan Howard certainly available to pinch hit. And it's going to be Storer, a right-hander, unless the Nationals score a run here. Then it looks like it's going to be Trinan if it's not a save situation. Espinosa way out front. It's 0-1.
Back-to-back very good changeups. Lebaton way out in front of a changeup for a strikeout. Starting Espinosa off with a very nice changeup. Imagine from that nasty sinker.
Ground ball to the middle, and Franco bobbles for a moment. No problem, though. He's got a strong enough arm to throw him out. So even though he's on the right side of the diamond, it's a 5-3 putout. So 2 outs, and Wilmer Defoe will be the pinch hitter for the Nationals. We saw him one other time in this series. He saw 1 pitch, and he was retired. Got to be leery of the bunt because he can run. Nope. He's going to swing at the first pitch again and grounds it to the right side. And the inning is over. So Jenmar Gomez is a very clean bottom of the 8th inning. So last chance for the Phils here in D.C. They trail it by 3. Franco will lead off to face Storer.
said and done, the Phils will hop on a train, head to New York City for Memorial Day and a 3-game series with the New York Mets at Citi Field on Monday at 1:10. Severino Gonzalez will get the start for the Phils. He'll face Bartolo Colon, the right-hander, who's lost his last 2 games. Tuesday at 7:10, it'll be Jerome Williams taking on Jacob deGrom. And at 1:10 on Wednesday, afternoon affair, Sean O'Sullivan gets the ball for the Phillies against the rookie Noah Syndergaard for the New York Mets. Guys?
All right, Burp, we appreciate that. Bartolo Colon now 42 years old. All right, Drew Storen into his 20th game. He's had a solid start to 2015. Way better than I think some people imagined. 13 saves and 14 opportunities. This is a 3-run lead as we begin the top of the 9th inning. It's going to be Franco. And then Grady Sizemore is in the on-deck circle to pinch hit. Even though Jeff Francoeur is 2 for 3 this afternoon, they're going to go strictly lefty against righty. Franco is 0 for 3. He's grounded out. He's popped out and he's struck out. First pitch is inside, 1-0. Franco fouls it back out of play, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. I know the numbers are very good for Storen, but the eyes have told all of us over the years that you get some base runners, he can be rattled.
He panics a little bit, and that's where it comes back to where he's, excuse me, he starts thinking about the ERA a little too much.
ERA is under 1 this year. Good pitch right there. It's 1-2. He's got Franco geared up for the fastball. Broke his bat. Liner out toward left. Caught by Taylor. 1 away. So Grady Sizemore will be the pinch hitter for the Phils. Sizemore hitting .242 on the year. 2 for 9 as a pinch hitter. I should say .230 on the year, with no home runs and 6 RBIs. 2 for 9 with an RBI as a pinch hitter.
And we've seen Ryan Sandberg make this move pretty much this whole road trip. For righty comes in, Sizemore pinch hits. Lefty French comes in to pinch hit.
Off the hands, out of play. It's 0-1. Yeah, and there are a lot of managers do that. You know, they'll have one guy, let's say in this case in right field, against a left-hander, and once a right-hander comes in, they immediately make that switch. It's happened all across baseball.
And I was part of that for many years.
Yeah. Ryan Howard is still available for the Phillies. That one's out toward right center field. They're not going to get this one. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And Sizemore is going to pull into second with a 1-out double. Well, the idea works for Rhino to make that change. And here is Cesar Hernandez. And the thought here, Matt, is you save Howard until he's the tying run?
Tying run.
Phillies also have Blanco and Ruiz besides Howard. Reminder, tomorrow game time is 1:10. We'll be on the air at 1 o'clock on Comcast Sportsnet. Phillies pregame live gets you started at 12:30. Phillies and the Mets. Severino Gonzalez, Bartolo Colon. The 1-ball, 1-strike pitch coming to Cesar Hernandez. Inside, 2-1. I guess they're getting a little antsy here at Nationals Park.
Well, it's a pitch that he had. The fastball's inside the left-handers. He hasn't called a lot of strikes in there. He's been out over the plate, knee high, just below the knees.
And it's interesting because he's set up on the inside part of the plate. Fouls it at the plate. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball. First strikeout for Storen. And there are 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Odubel Herrera will indeed bat.
This is a very nice slider, tight slider, late break. Swings over top of it. Right there. Nice pitch.
And that has been his out pitch.
It has. Yep.
He
throws a lot of sliders.
From a first-round pick out of Stanford University. So Odubel Herrera is the last chance for the Phillies here to try to extend this inning. Ryan Howard's out of the on-deck circle, and Herrera takes a strike. It's 0-1. Cameron Ruppspot is due up next.
You just said something that I really liked. Took a first pitch strike. Down by 3, you need base runners. Thank you, Tom. You just made my day.
You're welcome, Matt. I try to do that from time to time. Odubel making sure that the umpire knew where that pitch was. It's always good to point every once in a while just to kind of help a friend. Sizemore leading off second. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. And now 1-2. But now Herrera has to fight off the slider from Storen.
A lot of people forget that Storen has a very good split finger fastball as well. An above average fastball. That's why his ERA is .95.
He's had an excellent year. He's ready to go with a runner at second base. Swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. The split from Storen retires Odubel Herrera, and the Nationals have taken 2 of 3 from the Phillies this weekend here in D.C. They win it today by a final score of 4-1. Well, Bryce Harper's had a big day today, defensively and offensively. He had 2 RBIs. Ryan Zimmerman also had an RBI. Phillies did have some opportunities against Gio Gonzalez, but were not able to cash in. A couple double plays certainly helped in, and Gio Gonzalez is our Chevrolet player of the game.
Well, he pitched very well today. The best I've seen him pitch in a long time. Had a very nice pitch right here.